needing to get some momentum going offensively. And Sidorova just cannot get that one over the net. A little bit disjointed on that side of the ball right now for the Bears. And
the Princeton block has done an excellent job stepping it up, getting positive block touches, meaning if it's not going straight down for a huge block, they're getting a nice touch off the block. Defense stepping in and lifting that ball up for good first contact, and they've been able to run a balanced offense throughout that front line.
5-point advantage. Brown will utilize their first of 2 timeouts here in the fourth in a must-win set to try and force 5. Take a look at the updated Ivy League standings. Again, Sunday matches are very, very rare in the Ivy League. They normally play Friday and Saturday matches. But the lone Sunday match of the season for both of these teams, Brown and Princeton right now sitting at 2nd and 3rd in the Ivy League. The top 4 teams make the Ivy League tournament. The regular season champion hosts the Ivy League tournament. And right now, that is Cornell. Princeton just lost to Yale on Friday night in a sweep, too.
Yeah, both these teams will face Cornell again as the last weeks here of the season.
Yeah, still a lot yet to be decided in the Ivy League, and the winner of the Ivy League tournament gets the automatic bid out of the conference to the NCAA tournament. 21 through 23rd of November. Again, we mentioned the top seeded team would host the Ivy League tournament as well. Princeton has done so in years prior. Brown and Princeton meeting in the Ivy League tournament last year, where Princeton won in the semifinals.
Winner of that tournament also gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, playing the top teams in the country.
This Princeton team has been at or near the top of the Ivy League over the last real decade since Coach King has taken over this program. What a massive win on the road this would be, but Asha Sidorova said not so fast. See if they can get her going again after she had 6 kills in that 3rd set for the Brown Bears. Now up to 13 on the afternoon. Wolfson behind the line. Theo Wolfson in the back row. Wow, look at Nudakor.
First of all, a beautiful pass from Sydney Bold in reception really is what establishes being able to run this offense so well. That Nudakor is flying high, and she has been huge for this offense on the outside. We've seen her just painting the floor all over the place tonight with different angles, different shots.
It's just the threat of Scalamandre in the middle, holds off Shaw just enough to open the window for Nudakor. Double contact there and a lift actually for Nudakor off the net. And Kakis goes back to serve for Brown. Kakis with 38 assists here in the match. Sydney Draper on the other side with 33. Good defense from Golden, just to keep the play alive and the rally going. And yet she tries the middle, and this time it will fall to the floor, and another 5-point lead for Princeton.
Yeah, tried to get the pancake on that one, but if any part of the ball touches the floor, it is down. So another kill for Onyekchi. And since she has gotten the call off the bench, she has really stepped it up here and provided some offense.
A player with tons of experience, but as you mentioned, hasn't really had her number called a ton this year. Brown will use their final timeout of this 4th set. Again, a must-win set for Brown as they are down 2-1. Look at the upcoming schedule for Coach Taylor Virtue and her squad. You mentioned it, Nicole. They have to finish the season against Cornell, although they do get them inside Pizzatola here in Providence. So that'll be on November 15th to end the season. That could have serious Ivy League tournament implications.
It could, absolutely. And again, that top seed hosting, it makes a big difference to have those games at home. Right now, Princeton rolling with the momentum.
On the other side, what does Princeton have coming up to finish the season? 4 matches to go, and they also will see Cornell, but they have to go to Cornell up there in upstate New York. So that'll be coming up this upcoming Saturday after they will head to New York City to face Columbia. But every match is going to mean that much more down the stretch of the season here in the Ivy League. This one paramount as well for the standings and positioning as these two teams with eyes on the Ivy League tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. City Draper back behind the line, trying to get Princeton first to 20. Afonso with a kill. Off the net there, really tough swing, but she's able to find the floor.
Yeah, they do. That ball's coming off, but Afonso does a nice job. Look how far back her bend is to get that one, and still a strong attack. Lots of talk from the front line. You see the players kind of calling out the hitters where they are, making sure they have eyes on them so they can get a nice block up.
Draper. Burris. Alfonso with a dig from Bold there. Back row attack. McNair into the dig of Sidorova. Plays perfectly. Kakis to the outside. And that finds some high hands there for the freshman, Maddie Smith. And a timeout from Princeton after a couple of really tough swings, but good kills for Brown to bring it to a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, these kind of point runs, you don't want to get them, especially now with Princeton has the upper hand at the moment. But if Brown goes on a roll, we know they can bring some strong serving from the line. They definitely have that first contact handled there for Brown, so run a nice offense.
I don't think there's any question.
Time.
Yeah, no question. Princeton wants to close this one out in 4 too, right, Nicole? Because if this goes to a 5th set, that's anybody's ball game there.
That's right. You played a 15 in the 5th set, and you never know what could happen. As we know, Sam, a year ago, these two teams were going 5.
All right, so coming out of the timeout, Princeton with a 3-point lead. Well, today, NWSL Decision Day, final day of the regular season. All 14 teams are playing. Either 3 or 5 Eastern time. That's coming up in just about an hour or so. Playoff spots positioning on the line there. We're going to have the Current and the Wave at 3 o'clock, and then the Courage and Gotham FC on ESPN and on the all-new ESPN app. We'll also have playoff impact updates throughout those matches on the best days of the year in the NWSL. Here we go, Brown with the serve, down by 3, and there we go again, Nicole. Another service error. That's just proven so costly for this team, but there's got to be a stat for coming out of a timeout and immediately a service error.
The old icing the server.
That's right. Alfonso gets a touch there.
Yeah, you can see she's trying to rally the team right now after that one, getting her hands like, let's go, let's get the energy. Right now they're getting her the ball, and she is putting it away for this Brown offense.
Got to get some stops on the defensive side as well. Brown does have 4 blocks in this set, the most of any set they've had this afternoon. Onyechi, 2 on the block there. Veteran player has had her number called upon today, and she has delivered.
She certainly has. If it's not in front of the setter in this rotation, she hits from the right side, opposite position, and she has done very well.
Sydney Bold back behind the line. She's got 15 aces this year to her counterpart Golden. Tough set there for Afonso. Couldn't get much behind it. McNair in transition.
Well, Erin McNair, a little bit of a slow start to this match, but she didn't waver. She stayed patient, and now her offensive game these last couple sets has really elevated.
Double-digit kills for McNair as well as Nudicor for this team. Back to a 5-point lead. Alfonso looking to answer, and she does on that opposite pin. She's got 14 today.
Well, Princeton, you don't want to serve the #1 passer on the team, Jessie Golden, their libero. She nails this pass, and then you're able to run any set you want. Afonso coming up big again, attacking the seam of Princeton's block.
Wow. That is, you see Coach Virtue on the sidelines there, just kind of lowers her head because it's just been so frustrating. 14 service errors in the match this afternoon. No timeouts either. Gonna stop the play. High bump set from Kakis, free ball coming. Princeton trying to get it to match point. Scalamandre does it. It's 24-18, Princeton on the doorstep.
8 kills for Scalamandre so far today.
Bundy with the serve on match point. And that'll do it. The Princeton Tigers with a critical win on the road at Brown, 25-18. The final here in the fourth.
3 sets to 1.
Well, the Brown Bears, Nicole, were never really able to recapture that magic they had in the second set. Credit Princeton, though, for bouncing back and taking the third and fourth sets.
Yeah, Princeton made some adjustments. Brown came out strong in set number 2, and I thought, can they hang on with this energy momentum? But Princeton making the adjustments with their block and defense and made up some huge points. Also stepped up their service game. Very good strategy in the service. And really created some problems for Brown. A big win for Princeton after that loss to Yale on Friday.
No question, Coach Sabrina King can see the enthusiasm on her mind. And then on the other side for Coach Taylor Virtue, I got to imagine that we're going to be having a lot of maybe serve-receive practice, right? I mean, we're going to be hammering the serve in the next couple of days leading up to the matches next week.
Yeah, they've got to make those changes, and again, when they got the momentum, that serve going out of bounds, just can't have that many errors in a match.
All told, 14 service errors for the Brown Bears as they drop to 7-3 in Ivy League play. Princeton also 7-3 in Ivy League play. This was a massive win as we roll towards the Ivy League tournament in a matter of weeks. And we'll see what both of these teams have in store down the stretch of the season. But as it stands right now, they both are still very much in play to make the Ivy League tournament and a chance at reaching the NCAA tournament. There you see the checkerboard scoreboard, 27-25 in the first. Then Brown really took it to Princeton the second, 25-15. Princeton taking care of business. The block was coming alive in the third and the fourth sets. We're going to try and get Valerie Nudakor on some headsets here. Erin McNair came alive too, Nicole, but how about Onyechi in this match? She really came alive when they needed her to. They weren't really getting a ton of production out of that right side attacker, and then Onyechi came to play today.
They did. They moved her, put her in the middle. They moved Burris to the opposite position. Shelby Burris was playing middle at the start of the match, but they made a nice switch there, and it really helped that offense and tempo. Hard to stop for Brown.
All right, we are now joined by one of the captains for the Princeton Tigers, Valerie Nudakor. Valerie, congratulations on the win. 13 kills for you on a .281 hit percentage. What was working for you today?
Yeah, I think as soon as we fixed our serve and pass aspect of the game, we got perfect pass, and Draper our setter was able to get me perfect looks, perfect one-on-one opportunities. So it really starts with the pass, and that just opens up seams, and it gives me the confidence to swing hard.
How big is this win for you guys, bouncing back from a loss Friday at Yale, coming in and playing this way today versus Brown?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the Ivy League right now, it's kind of up in the air who's the top dog, and I know Brown is definitely up there right with us, and so this win was huge, and it really shows our resilience and how we can just lock in after a bad loss.
Valerie, really appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck down the stretch of the season, and stay healthy.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That's Valerie Nudakor again leading the way for the Princeton Tigers on this Sunday afternoon with those 13 kills. Erin McNair right behind her with 11. A crucial win after Brown took the first one in the season series. The Tigers responded on the road and took one right back. Taking it in 4 sets for our entire crew alongside my partner Nicole Brenna. I am Sam Ravitch saying so long. Have a great Sunday.